today. My name is Sean Cruchet, Paranormal Investigator, and also a sensitive, working out of Colorado and the U.S. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a crystal. As a sensitive, I found very critical for my own energy purposes to use a particular crystal to clear my energy during an investigation. What a lot of people don't realize, and I didn't realize until probably about 6-8 months ago, is that some of the residual contact from spirit is kind of left on you. That's where you get that kind of like that cobweb effect, where you feel like there's the spirit's still contacting you. You still feel like you got goosebumps because you feel like they're with you. I experimented. I have a whole bunch of crystals behind me that I'm experimenting with on different things. But what I found is this particular crystal seems to work very, very well with clearing my personal energy. You can call it an aura, you can call it your energy. My particular energy, when I'm investigating, I can go into a location, I can sense them. So as part of my sensitivity to the energy of the location, the spirit energy, I have to make sure that when I come in contact with spirit, that I clear myself. That way I don't feel as if the spirit is still lingering with me. And then when I come into a new contact to spirit, potentially a different energy, I'm not still feeling the energy of the last contact that I have, so I can kind of identify that I potentially am running into a new energy. So what I've learned is that these are different variations on the selenite wands, what they call them, different sizes, whatnot, and even come in a nice little heart-shaped one. But what I found is that with these particular selenite wands or crystals, it kind of releases the energy of contact with spirit by making sure that, a lot of times what you're going to have to do is have a buddy kind of help you clear your energy, so they can cover widely around your arms, your legs, your back, in particular your neck and your back. At least I find for my personal energy that I need to clear my energy with one of these, so that I'll give you for an example. One of the investigators I was with recently around October time frame kept feeling as if she was being contacted by a spirit, and it was overwhelming. So what I did is I took one of these small wands and I cleared her energy, and then after clearing her energy, she realized that it was just the residual imprint of what she felt was the spirit being with her. And then after that, we continued to investigate, and she could open herself up to detecting the next set of energies or spirit in the location. And that what that did is it cleared her energy so that it didn't feel so creepy. That cobweb effect or the goosebumps, the hair standing up, was gone, so she could focus on what's next instead of that creepy feeling she still had from the contact of the spirit. Now this is generally good for energy workers, somebody that's connected with spirit, as in spiritual realm. In other words, somebody that's sensitive, somebody that's a medium. But it also is good for just somebody that doesn't feel or sense those, but does get those cobweb effects, those other things that happen to the sensitive a little more frequently than somebody that's not sensitive. So I would still suggest that you go down to your local metaphysical shop or go on some website and get at least a little piece of selenite to carry with you. You know, you can carry it in your equipment case or whatever it is, wherever you want to put it. But it's really good to have, so that when somebody feels like they're really being overwhelmed by the energy of the contact, that you can clear his or her energy, and then it'll basically refresh them and make them feel as if they're starting fresh and they're starting over. As I started doing and working with the crystal, I do play a little bit with making or crafting. So what I did is I procured beads of selenite, and I put the crosses in between the selenite and then in the center, and built myself a necklace. The only problem with this is that as an investigator, we can't have the clanging and so forth of the necklace interfering with audio. So what that does for the audio is it can interfere and add little extra clings and clangs that you probably want to eliminate. But for me, on a normal level, if I were going to go somewhere and I'm sensitive to energies, having something like this around my neck or around my wrist is really good. But for my purposes of this video, selenite is definitely one of the things, or one of the tools in the bag of tools that a paranormal investigator should bring with them, because it can help as you're progressing through your investigation, and it can also help after your investigation. Often people clear their energy with a combination of selenite, sea salt baths, and sage. So, you know, in a location, you don't want to, you obviously can't, you know, sea salt bath yourself in the middle of an investigation, and you can't sage, because you're trying to identify what's in there for the client. So I find that this is really helpful, because it doesn't eliminate a spirit, it doesn't shoo them away, get rid of them, push them away to a different location, and you can identify what it is, and then potentially help them and the client at the same time, and still not have that creepiness of that residual contact that you felt when they first interacted with you. This is just something that I've learned through my experiences with investigating. This is not something that I looked up somewhere. This is what I've learned by basically trial and error as an investigator and a sensitive. Unfortunately, I'm really sensitive to the environment. I can walk into a location, locate a spirit in a matter of seconds by the energy in the location. But I also can feel that residual contact. I can also feel the residual energy in a location. So it's really important to clear that residual energy, so you know, or properly identify, no kidding, that it is a spirit and not just something residual that's making somebody feel as if they're threatened or afraid in a particular room, just because it's just something that's a residual imprint of something that happens. You just have to clear that energy. But I'm going to close this video, and I'm going to push to some other videos about equipment and other things for the next round. God bless, and thank you very much.